It's been a few weeks now since Jay Slater's body was discovered. His funeral is actually happening this Saturday, Saturday the 10th of August, back here in the UK. So his body has actually been brought back over to the UK. The funeral will be happening here. But for me, there is still many unanswered questions. Was Jay Slater actually pushed off the mountain cliff, or did he actually fall? Now, what's been playing on my mind is where Jay's body was found. So Jay's body was discovered right where his mobile phone last pinged. Not too far from that location at all. I'm going to ping up a map here which will show you where his last phone ping was and where the body was discovered. Very close indeed. And what amazes me, the Spanish police did not search, by the sounds of it, that area in a lot of detail. They didn't spend much time searching that specific area, and for me, that would have been an area they spent the majority of the time searching. So let's talk about what may or may not have happened, and this is all from what I believe. This is not factual, this is just what I believe at this stage. But what we have been told is Jay fell. They don't suspect it was a suspicious death, they don't suspect anyone linked to this, they don't suspect it to be a murder. But what we have been told is Jay fell and he died from the fall, died from his injuries. Now, was there drink and drugs involved? Possibly. He was definitely in the club drinking. He looked quite intoxicated, potentially under the influence of drugs. So was it a case of he fell from being intoxicated? Did he fall from the heat? Was it a slip? There's many reasons why he may have fell. That's one theory. One theory is, he walked back and he did fall from the cliff. Second theory, which kind of makes a little bit more sense to me, was he pushed off there? Was he pushed off the cliff? Was it anything to do with drugs? Was it anything to do with what we've heard about potentially upsetting certain people? That is one way this may have happened. Now, would the police know either way based on the amount of time it took to find Jay's body? So Jay's body would not have been in a good state when found. Not just from the fall. We're talking about the amount of time it took for them to discover his body. There's going to be decomposition with the body. Animals would have got to the body. So we haven't really been told yet what kind of state the body was in. Now, on Jay's body, they did find stuff that belonged to him, phone, etc., clothing. That clothing probably was ripped, potentially, depending on the fall, depending on, as I said, the wildlife and animals. But I just feel that this case is not over yet. The other conspiracy I've seen online, and remember this is just a conspiracy at this stage, but let me know what you guys think. Was Jay's body placed there closer to the time of when he was discovered? Now hear me out on this one here. The police would have done a search. There was search parties doing searches. Then all of a sudden, they find the body. Nearly a month on, they discover Jay's body. Was it because they brought the dogs in? Which could make a lot of sense. And if so, if the dogs have helped find his body, why have they not done that from day one or from day two in this search here? Was it all down to the finances? Because I know the family from the GoFundMe page have actually said that they paid for that search to come in. That was not a search that the Spanish police done. That was dogs, I believe, from Netherlands that the family had to pay to come in. But what alarms me is how's it taken 30 days to find a body in a similar location to the last ping? This doesn't add up. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Do you think it is an accidental death? Do you think Jay slipped on the rocks and fell to his death? That's one thing. Do you think he was pushed? Is another conspiracy. And the third one, do you think Jay's body was not there all along and was placed there at a time where maybe the search wasn't going on, late at night? For me, the third conspiracy of being placed there is the least likely. And I say that because the likelihood of not being seen is very low. I think if someone was to have moved his body and placed it there after he had been killed, then I think someone would have seen that happen. There might have been a higher risk of someone catching that person doing such a thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't believe this is the last we've heard about this case. I believe more stuff will come out. Let me know.